Okay, earth signs. I gotta tell you, I just had the coolest vision for you guys. But first, let me get started. No, I don't want to lose it. So it was like I was seeing a bunch of Earths, so the planets of Earth, like next to each other, spinning, like so many of them were existing at once. And I don't really think that that happened because you are an Earth sign. I think it's more so helping you to realize that something that's going to be really important for you, I feel like, is realizing that there are different realities that you can choose. There are different timelines that you can choose. There are different ways of existing and viewing the earth that you can choose. And it's like, which one are you going to choose? Which reality are you going to live in? Quantum leaping, timeline jumping, coming to your highest timeline. So I feel like a lot of you are going to have to realize that. You're really going to be working on understanding the power of your creation and your choice to what you participate and what you create in the life around you. That there are so many people living in the same physical realm to the naked eye, but they are having totally different experiences. You're being called to perspective changes, to quantum leaping. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, look it up. Because I understand that quantum leaping is not in everybody's vocabulary, but trust. This deck does not look like that. Alright. So I was saying on the other ones, but just for those of you that don't know, so Aries season is starting this Sunday, the 20th, with the equinox. Oh my God! You got the Wheel of Fortune to start. This is going to be good. This is going to be real good. Okay. Whew. So, we have Aries season starting, which is the start of the astrological year. Yeah, sure, we started 2022 in January, but who gives a shit? Let's be real. The year's starting now. The spring is coming. The jackets are coming off. The seeds are blooming. Like, it's like that energy. You know what I'm talking about. When spring comes around, it's like, damn, I'm starting to feel good. I'm starting to feel optimistic. I'm starting to feel excited. This is a beautiful beginning for you. This is the ability to create. Plant new seeds, new beginnings, birth new things. You can literally whisper intentions into a sunflower seed and put it in a pot outside and boom, let it grow. Symbolism. Ooh, I haven't seen the Empress in a while. Ugh, Great of Swords. All right, a couple more. Woo, there they are. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I'm probably going to lose it because I said that. Okay. So, Wheel of Fortune. There has been some invitation for a cycle to be broken. Some of you may have been forced into the ending of a cycle recently. Someone might have passed away. Someone might have left. You might have been left with no choice. Okay? Or it could just be that there is a cycle that you are being called to break, or you just broke one. It could be a karmic cycle. It could be a repeated pattern that you're no longer participating in. It could be representation of generational cycle breaking. Maybe some of you have kids and are living a different reality, a different earth than the one that your parents had you on when you were being raised. The Ace of Swords in reverse is telling me, though, that like the biggest, I feel like you're definitely being called to break the cycle. If it doesn't feel like it's been broken yet, you are in a period right now where you are being called to break a cycle with this Wheel of Fortune. And this could be those earths that I was seeing, but you have to choose to jump to a different reality, to jump to a different experience. And to be able to do that, you have to have a new way of thinking, which explains this Ace of Swords in reverse. You have to have a new way of thinking. You have to stop being stubborn. You have to stop victimizing yourself. You have to stop living in your pain. You have to stop thinking the same things over and over and over again. Because if the things that you thought got you here, well, where do you think they're going to get you next? You have to understand that what you're living today is a result of what you did and thought yesterday. Where you want to be tomorrow is a result of what you did and think today. And granted, it's not always that fast, but you get what I'm saying, okay? Like, so many people make the mistake of thinking that where you are right now and what your day looks like today is a foreshadowing, a hint of what the future is going to be because this is your circumstance. No, it's the other way around. You're here for what you already created, not that you're creating, because of what you have here. Does that make sense? You have the power to jump to that different timeline, that different earth right away. But you have to be willing to think differently. You have to be willing to get out of your head. You have to be willing to break the cycle. You have to be willing to get out of the box. And that means you have to swallow your pride. You have to swallow your ego. You have to be open to breaking your own heart, but not in a way where you're like in the pits of fucking despair. More so that you're letting it out. You're letting the emotions sit with you. You're letting the traumas, the memories, the ways of thinking, all the things that you keep trapped and stuck in here out. The 10 of Swords in reverse. That means we have a Wheel of Fortune and a 10 in the same line. You can't go on like this anymore. You can't do it. You cannot go on like this anymore. It is time to break free. A lot of it has to do with the way that you think. The way that you feel sorry for yourself, the way that you view yourself, the way that you view others. And none of those thoughts are even your own. You're basing your reality off of past experiences, and half of the limiting beliefs that you have were handed to you by someone else. Whether it was a parent that made comments, or a verbally abusive or abusive in general spouse or friend or a bully. These are things that you have acquired and picked up and stuck to you like magnets as you age, and it's time to rip them off. The Empress is saying right now, this is going to be such a time of rebirth. A time of rebirth. The 7 of Wands. I have chills. What a beautiful thing to get. You are going to have to realize that you have come so far, and something might come out of the blue when you're trying to go through this rebirth process that tries to knock you off your feet. There might be an unexpected argument, an unexpected situation, but you are going to have to realize, I did not come this far and become this aware to give up now. It might break your heart. It might be a hard thing to realize, a tough pill to swallow, but it is necessary because so many things right now are being released from us and taken away from us because we think that we need it, but really it's the weight that's holding us down. It's like, imagine that these things that you're holding on to because you think you're so safe are cinder blocks and you just got thrown into the ocean. What happens if you let them go? What happens if you hold on? 10 of Cups. When you do this, when you allow this process, when you allow this rebirth, when you give up on and you say, it is time for me to break this cycle. I don't care what it takes. It's going to be painful. Maybe I need to seek therapy. Maybe I need to seek energy healing. You know, I have you for that. Maybe I need to start journaling. Maybe I really need to stop making excuses and procrastinating my healing. I need to take time every day for stillness, for prayer, for yoga, for meditation. I have to call and make that appointment with that person for me to talk to, whether it's a therapist, a mentor, a coach, whatever works for you. I am here to support you in that way if that feels aligned, okay? Because there's a rebirth here. And you did not come this far. You're going to be realizing this. You're going to be tempted. You're going to be tempted to let whatever this thing is go. So you can go back to your old ways of, see, I knew that nothing would work out. I knew that I can't have anything good. But you're going to be called to keep your feet planted firmly on the fucking ground and eyes on the prize. Because you know where you're going. Not trying to go back where you came from. This is going to involve being okay experiencing emotions. Being okay allowing pain to come up and out. It doesn't necessarily mean that something brand new is going to happen and someone's going to come break your heart this month. It could just mean that things that you suppressed and trapped have to find their way out for you to make space. I just made a reel about this. I love it. I'm doing these readings and the reels apply, and it's just like, wow, the collective energy all fucking comes together, because I literally was saying you cannot get rid of energy. You can only transform it. So you think that you're numbing it. You think that you're suppressing it. You think that you don't care. Guess what? It's there. It's inside of you, and it's causing dis-ease, whether mental, physical, or both. It needs to be released and transmuted, and you have to open your heart to allow it out and to let the love and light in. This is going to make your home life and your overall feeling about the perspective of your reality and experience so much more positive and fulfilling. You are going to have now successfully leaped onto that new earth. Temperance is going to be in reverse now. So that means that your biggest challenge as you as you try to stay firmly planted in this place is to realize that as things happen, not to take them so seriously. Not everything that goes on is God's way of saying, fuck you, you're not allowed to have anything good. That's victimization that some of us go into when we constantly have things go wrong. Now we're like, yup, of course that happened. Why wouldn't that happen? Why wouldn't that go wrong? I knew that was too good to be true. Why do I bother? Because that's been your way of dealing with things going wrong so that you're not surprised. So it's like, I knew that everything was going to suck. Instead, it is time for you to not fall over and say, I give up, and realize that things are never going to stop happening. This is life. This is the human experience. No one goes through life without things going seemingly wrong. They just handle it differently. And when you understand that this is just a school and everybody's out here just trying to do their best with what they got, and maybe if they're lucky, have awareness to heal their inner self so that they can stop projecting pain onto other people, you won't take it as personally. So it's that inner harmony that you're going to really need to focus on maintaining. The Six of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you're probably going to have to be called to really, really, really pay attention to the balance and exchange of giving and receiving. You might need to pull back and stop giving people so much. You might have to be aware of, okay, I worked really hard to get where I am. Why does my inner harmony keep getting disturbed? And is it because I have people that are sucking me dry and don't ever do anything to replenish me? That it is not an even exchange of give and receive. That sometimes someone needs to give, while the other person receives, and then it's reversed, okay? Is it an even exchange, or are you having trouble keeping this inner harmony and peace because you're just pouring out constantly? How can you reserve your energy? The Two of Swords in reverse is telling me that you are going to make some type of decision or go in some type of direction that finally breaks what feels like a stalemate, that I don't know what to do next. That's the vibe for you guys, okay? Whoo! Making the choice to be freed. Making the choice to be freed and hop on that other earth that is a more pleasant, more fulfilling, less victimizing, more aware, cycle breaking, inner harmonious, even exchange reality. Perspective shift. I meet resistance with kindness. So anytime, again, resistance means something goes wrong, where you want to just be like, fuck this. Instead, fold to it. Allow it. See what it brings up. Be understanding. Don't be so quick to run away because something seems challenging. Because I'm going to leave something with you that was left with me that has changed a lot when I wanted to give up. The level of resistance that you meet today mirrors the amount of expansion that you will have if you walk through it. Okay? So I hope you found this useful. This was cool. I like this for you guys, okay? Feel free, please comment on this if you resonate. Help me with the algorithm. Share it to your story for other people that need it that might not see it. I create this free content so that it can reach you and reach other people, because it's important to me to get those messages out. So be a part of sharing them, okay? Because the algorithm is not favoring people like me right now. So I could use your support. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day and great Aries season. And come back too. Come back and tell me how this applied for you when all is said and done, okay? You guys have a great night.